Hello and welcome to the 2021 Interprovincial Champs, where 14 associations will be vying for the national title down here at the ASB Centre in Wellington. Today is day 3 of competition, which means it's the final day, and we'll be seeing the very best men and women fighting it out there on the volleyball court. Many of these players out there today are working on day 3 legs, but they'll be trying their very best to make it into one of the last positions of the National Volleyball League. Now stay tuned because we're going to have some great action right here on your screens.
Hello and welcome to the National Provincial Championship here at the ASB Centre in Wellington. And I am your host, Jackson Burgess.
And I'm Trent Webby.
And we're witnessing today the women's semi-final one between Canterbury and Tasman.
It's sure to be a real humdinger out there today with both these teams coming through not necessarily unscathed. It's been 3 days of tough competition. Tasman on day 1, I was talking with their captain Courtney, and she was mentioning that they had a 5-set battle that they lost up 2, lost the next 3, and instantly went and had to play another game, which was another 5-setter. So they had 2 5-setters on day 1 back to back. So they'll be pretty tired out there.
Yeah, they sure will be, and I don't think this one's going to be a very easy one either, with 2 very competitive sides competing out there, so this will be a very good match.
Yeah. And Canterbury, obviously, a lot of these players all coming from, actually not all of them, but many of the players playing together in both the Shirley Silverbacks as well as the Pioneer Panthers teams. They know each other very well in and out. Same with the Tasman team, though. This is a young team led by Courtney Roberts as partner to Roy Ching. Been over at Brandon University over in Canada on a scholarship. They're going to be a team that's new, so they're going to bring something interesting to this game, because I know that Canterbury would not have played against these players that often, that there's going to be things that they need to learn pretty quick in this game. Yeah, they sure will. And if you're just tuning in and it's anything like the last game we just commentated, it's going to be a very good match. Absolutely, yes. And so Tasman will start off with our first serve. Lasma, number 7, the setter, sending out the first ball. We're just getting second ref Tim there, just sorting out the rotation. And we're expecting to see some good volleyball here, actually, this women's semi-final. Canterbury have not lost a game yet this competition. And obviously, with a few big names in there, few players in there representing in the National Volleyball League, a competition that's just kicked off and be happening in this month. So we're into the game. Free ball opportunity. Tip ball. Caitlin Langland's libero picks it up. However, a net violation starts off the first points. Canterbury are first out the gate with a 1-0 start. That's a good start for Canterbury, and I think Tasman will want to, with Canterbury being such a strong side, I think Tasman will want to hopefully get off to a good start here. And maybe try stop the serve early and get some good points on the board. Another good serve. There's Nikki Pure with the serve there, actually. And that ball just going too long there. Just not quite getting it down and below the net. Hitting it a bit too high, a bit too long. It was a very good serve to start with, put them under a good amount of pressure. Nikki Pure with the float serve again. That one's darting right up the back. Not a chance for that ball to drop. And Tasman got their first point on the board, still some nerves, and got that early mistake out. Eloise the float serve there, playing past the hitter. She's right in the spot. That was right in the bread basket, actually, but unfortunately could not get the dig on that ball. Just a bit too powerful, really, on that one. Good swing through the middle there. Straight back. Yeah, and a big cheer there from number 5 there, Lily Zwart. She beating the blockers there on that quick attack there.
Good controlled dig. Oh, very good dig. But unfortunately, it's just gone out. They weren't able to control it. They weren't able to slow the ball down. It had gone sailing into the crowd. And the crowd today, it was good to see a good amount of numbers here in support of volleyball and of the girls that are playing it currently. Courtney wasn't quite able to get that over the net there, just hitting it slightly below and into the top tape.
Francesca Edmondson with the serve again. Good
It's a
dig.
great spike, but good.
Stacey Neo on the swing. Opportunity here now.
A few good digs in this game already, in this play already.
Ball's still alive though. Tasman with an opportunity.
This is a great rally, and it's just fallen over on the block, over the line, winning Tasman the point.
Nice work, Holly Chandler there with the swing, and bit of a cheer going on there. She headbutts her libero there, Caitlin Langlands. Don't know if you can call a medical timeout on that one though.
And as you can see, it's 5-3 now the score, so hopefully Tasman can string a nice play in here. But
yeah, big powerful swing there by Stacey out on the outside.
and that just shows how much power, how high above the net she got there just to head it over and win the point. That's a very good serve by Kim, and it's an ace.
Kim Smith, the captain for the Volley Ferns, and also a pick in the MVR, one of the marquee players for, and you wouldn't guess it, not the Southern Pounamu, but the Midlands to Waiora. That's right, she's jumping up into the Midlands zone. Should be an interesting combination with a bunch of players from Bay of Plenty, Waikato, and other parts of New Zealand.
A bit of a mistake there by Kim, just pulling it a bit too far, wasn't able to quite dip it under the net in that last play, but gives Tasman the point. Tasman have done well to recover from that. It's a nice hit, but again well controlled by Canterbury. Stacey hits it towards the back.
Holly Chandler with the pass, and Louise with the dig. A little pike there.
Canterbury are just keeping it alive so well. It's a free ball though.
Caitlin Langland's having to come in.
A bit of a mistake though by Tasman.
Yeah,
Just not capitalising on it. And you give it Stacey and hits it straight through. Tasman had a good opportunity there to win that point, but weren't quite able to capitalise on the opportunities, and that's where Canterbury's experience shows.
Stacey now coming back. Serve. Bump set there, Holly Chandler.
That's a good block.
Block and recycle. Eloise finds the line though.
That was a nice shot down the line. Just getting it a little bit past the backcourt and nicely placed in the corner.
And we've got the captain now back to serve. Courtney Roberts. Float serve. Libero with the set though. And a little tip.
Good tip. Just placing it really nicely in between the players there, and it just couldn't get there. A bit grounded in it.
Yeah, it's found that space really well. Almost bluffed the swing on that one. Looked like she was coming in with power and ended up just tipping off the top of her fingers over the block.
Canterbury's experience is showing early here. Just they've settled their nerves and gotten off to a good start, and hopefully Tasman can do the same. But
After Eloise again, and a great block, unable to be covered by Caitlin Langlands.
it was a good block by Canterbury, but earlier in the play you just saw the scramble play by them, and they've been doing that so well so far in this first set. So it's looking 10-5 now. Canterbury have taken a commanding lead early, but there's still plenty to play for.
Alright, so they've done their first full rotation, and we've got Lasma up to serve again, just as she did for the first point of the game. Stacey Nye with a not bad pass. Pushed out wide.
Petrie hits that really nicely. Just couldn't quite get the block off and sails out.
Alrighty, and a bit of a scramble play here. Let's see what we've got from Tasman. They go send a deep one, but well covered there by Stacey Nyo and the libero.
And that's another good scramble play, which they've been doing so well.
And Louise running almost a C slide there, coming in quick on the D hit there to take it off the top of the hands of Kim Smith.
Oh, just gets over the net. Carey looking to capitalise, but Tasman have done well to control this ball. It's going to be a free ball to Canterbury though. They tried to cheekily hit it over the net, but didn't work out for them, and Tasman capitalised very well.
Yeah, some much needed points here. Tasman just coming out of the gate a little bit slow this first set.
And then the number 11, Holly, she's done quite well so far. She's hit some nice spikes and has made a few good plays up at the front there. That's a great serve. Nice ace by Eloise. And Eloise is playing in the Northern Moana team in the NVL. Yeah.
I think she would probably be... It'll be interesting to see what position she plays, because I don't know Eloise that well, but I believe she was a middle blocker. I could be completely wrong there, though. So those at home who are probably watching it going, these commentators don't know what they're talking about. Nice tip ball. Well read there by number 3, Evelyn. She was all over that tip.
Tasman are starting to come back a little bit in this game. They've sort of gotten off some good serves and made some good plays and putting some pressure on this Canterbury team. Nice tip and a good dig, good save. But Eloise just couldn't quite get the height on that strike.
Chase though, Stacey Nyo keeps it alive. But an early cheer there by Tasman. Good pass, Caitlin Lang. It's in the middle, but a dig. Stacey Nyo
just goes out.
Oh.
They did so well to keep that play alive. Yeah. Just for it to just go out at the end there. And it's very unlucky for them.
You almost wanted to reward Canterbury with that point. They just so much good defense.
And their defense has been on point so far early in this game. They've managed to get a lot of scramble points, which is really keeping them well in this game.
Tight set. Wow. Very good there by...
That's a great answer by Kim.
Yeah, was that Kim? Yeah.
Using the left hand, getting it over and placing it in a position where the Tasman team couldn't quite reach.
Good dig. Ooh.
The set was just a little bit too low. Didn't quite get above that net.
And when you've got Courtney Roberts there in the middle, she's quite a tall player, standing at 6 feet. You want to make sure you get that ball really high. She can hit over top of some of these blockers out here.
That was very well done by Eloise. Just getting out nice and high, hitting the fingertips. We're sitting at 14-12. Tasman have come back a wee bit. They were down by 5. They almost tied it up at one point.
Good swing there to find the back. No, it doesn't.
Right. Very powerful by Stacey Nyo.
Yeah, it was a quick ball there. Stacey Nyo, Nikki Peel pushing it out to Stacey Nyo on almost a B double, which is a real fast, flat set straight out to the pin. For Smith.
And an ace. That's the second ace of the game for Kim. She's playing very well so far.
Yeah, that was a very good serve there by Kim Smith, actually. A jump float. almost didn't stay up in the air, it shot down. And so a timeout called now by Tasman as the lead from Canterbury starts to rebuild by the 4 points. But we just wanted to cool down Kim Smith here actually. She's been serving really well this game, or of what this game has been so far, early in this first set. So they just wanted to make sure to get her to start thinking more about what she's doing.
And you can really see with the Canterbury team just how, like, because they all play at Shirley pretty much. They're all, they know each other really well, and they're playing very well so far in this game.
Have you actually scale these two teams together in terms of NVL players, National Volleyball League players, and what is the NVL? We'll explain that real shortly. But it's actually interesting, this Christchurch team, Canterbury Volleyball Association, they have 6 players in their team that are represented in the NVL, whereas this Tasman team only has 2. So you can tell there's a bit more high performance depth in the Canterbury team compared to Tasman, so they're doing well so far.
Yeah, and if Tasman can play well, I mean, with the IPC being the final opportunity for them to impress coaches for the NVL draft, which is tomorrow night at 7 p.m, it'll be interesting to see if any of them get selected, especially if they play well here today.
Yeah, absolutely. Holly Chandler with the serve, and again another dart out the back, so not what you want to do when you're down points. You want to make sure you have control of the ball, but at the same time it's that risk and reward. It's the old balance of, do you put service pressure on or do you keep consistent? Because anyone can put a ball in the court, but can you put a tough ball in that makes
and
it?
That's the thing, and with Tasman being behind and with Canterbury's big hitters, trying to put some pressure on them on the serve could be really important later on in this game. It's a very good block on Courtney Roberts.
Yeah, well read there actually by the Canterbury defence. They saw the D set a little bit backbent a little bit by Lasma, so indicated the D set was coming along. And a double called there by Tasman. A bit of spin coming out of that, meaning that 2 hands contacted the ball. In volleyball, obviously each player can only contact the ball once, but we have 2 hands, so it's very common that both hands hit it consecutively, not simultaneously.
It's really a free ball for Canterbury. Oh, but they placed it really well, so actually it wasn't as easy as they were hoping. But they managed to position it really nicely in that corner.
Yeah, deep corners is where the Canterbury teams are hitting, and it's doing them dividends here at the moment. With a timeout now called by Tasman. Brendan Crichton, the coach for the Tasman team, and also coach for the Nelson Pines women's club team. Calling that up. He's got a lot of experience behind himself, and what do you reckon they're talking about right now, Jackson?
I think Tasman just need to work on. They're not getting very many consistent hits over the wall. Just scouting what those blockers are going to do, and try to place them in some nice positions, and also covering in that back line. We've seen Canterbury all game just place them nicely in those corners, and I think that's where Tasman need to work on. And if they can do that and keep some consistent serves, then I think they'll be okay, and maybe get a few more points back. But it's going to be a very difficult road ahead in this set, especially being down by 7.
It has been done before though, Jackson. It has been done before. We've seen teams come back from lower than this. So Stacey now just to chuck a float serve in there. Tight pass. Wow.
It's very powerful. But again, Canterbury have done so well at controlling those powerful shots and just getting themselves a nice hit. And once again, it's just put past the Tasman blockers. And they've scored another point for Canterbury. It's 21-13 now.
Yeah, it was real well done by Canterbury actually to get that ball up. Connie Roberts, middle hitter from Canada.
And you can see Canterbury's experience so far in this game. They're having a lot of these players playing in VL, and also together they're just working together as a really good unit. That's another one, and that's Petra getting that one. And she's a part of the Southern Pernamu team, which will be competing in the NVL later on in the year. And alongside her will be Nikki Pio and Stacey Niao. So it's a very strong team for the Southern Pernamu.
Yeah, 2 pass hitters and a setter. So we got Stacey Niao with the swing and not a free net. We had Courtney up there, but basically a free net on that one. So what Tasman will be wanting to do here, I think winning the set may be out of their grasp now, but what they want to do with these last few points is just gain a bit of momentum. They want to slow down Canterbury and get a few points themselves, and that's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
And a point.
And that, like, Canterbury did well to almost cover that, but that's what Tasman need. Just put it in those positions where they can't quite make those scramble plays. If they can do that, then they'll be all right. But Courtney here to serve. She wants to whip in a good one here, just to put some pressure on them. And they had a good amount of movement, so...
Well, this should be a free ball opportunity, but it's not, so they're going to give a free ball back here. Kim Smith will pass. And unfortunately...
Again, Petra again with... She's hit some really nice spikes into the Tasman team, and they just can't control her just yet. And they're sitting it really nice and above the net, and she's getting down on it really well.
And a service error there by Canterbury. So they've still got 9 set points here though, so all Tasman can do is serve and play as good defence as they can. It's a great serve to start with though from Lasma. And three-woman block, I guess. Wasn't able to execute there. So first set going to Canterbury.
25-15, so it was a comfortable set for Canterbury. I think Tasman need to come out in the next set and come out a bit early and get some points on the board.
I think we might see a little bit of a change in the rotation here for Tasman. They do have a few substitutions there that they can bring on, so they're just trying to bring up a little bit more dynamic play in this next set. Yeah.
Tasman need to try control Petra down and try to, get some good digs off of her spikes, and if they can do that, then they may stop Canterbury from blowing them out.
Yeah, so we'll just
Welcome back to IPC here in Wellington. If you haven't joined us before, we're into the second set now between Canterbury and Tasman. Canterbury taking the first set quite convincingly, really.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a cruise control actually there from almost both teams. Started off a bit of fire at the start. Tasman were down by 4 and gained momentum back to tie it up, but at the 11-all mark, Canterbury kind of broke away and far from Tasman's grip, so they weren't able to clutch that set, come back into that game. So we're going to hopefully see a little bit of change here, though. We're going to see some different rotations here from Tasman, and obviously Canterbury will still want to be in the driver's seat, so they're going to come out very aggressive to start off with. Nikki Peel to serve the first ball in this second set of the women's semi-final.
Just out, weren't quite able to put it in that corner, but it was a very good attempt, and they want to be looking to do more things like that. As we saw in the first set, there was a lot of scrambling done by Canterbury, and if Tasman can turn those scrambles into points, then they'll be looking good.
Oh, and we have a net violation there, so those of you at home who don't know volleyball at all, You cannot touch the net. It is taboo. And so you have to bring out as good of limbo skills as you have to avoid that net. And that serve just going too deep there by Nikki Pure. She's putting a bit of heat on it. So not really floating so much. It stays up in the air a little bit too long and not dropping short enough.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to put some pressure on Tasman, but it didn't quite work out that time. That was a really nice set. They're putting them under pressure, and it's over the back again. And Tasman have won a couple points here off of a couple Canterbury mistakes. And they were a bit unlucky with that net pull after a nice spike, but.
And a 4-touch there called. So Nikki Pure trying to dropping it low, pushing that set as fast as she can out to the outside, but Stacey Niel actually hitting that one into the net.
A bit of confusion there. Means that it's going to be a free ball for Tasman. Can they capitalise on it? And yes, they can. There was a good spike by Lily Zwart.
Yeah, we're just seeing Canterbury actually just when you have a lead of 25-15, you win a set 25-15, it is very easy to take your foot off the pedal, just chill out a little bit. And I think Canterbury is going to get a rude awakening here if they don't start picking up their slack.
It's a good block by Tasman.
Yeah, Tasman very hungry to win this set. Coming out
Canterbury look a little bit complacent out there at the moment. So
good defence now by Tasman though.
He's going on quite a long time. It's very good cover there. So we have free ball for Canterbury though. Let's see if they can capitalise on it. And another error in communication there, just leaving Canterbury in a tough spot, and another free ball for Tasman.
This is the longest rally of the day. And it's still alive.
And Canterbury make another mistake. So they haven't started off the set very well. A few mistakes, and we saw a bit of lack of communication between the between the Canterbury side there, especially with a lot of those sets. And Tasman taking control and capitalising on it.
Good pass there. And the left-handed Kim Smith comes up and finds the cross-court. Very good swing by her.
And that's what Canterbury needed, just to settle some nerves and win a point against this Tasman team, who have started off quite well so far.
Nice work by Holly, but dug up there by Petra. And a big, powerful swing there by Stacey Niel. Goes well out the back, but she finds some hands hanging out there.
Yeah. And you can just see the power Stacey Niel has. And she just needs to control it, try to get it in the court. But, yeah, no, she did well there to get some hands on it and win the point for Canterbury.
Petra now coming back for the serve. She's been proving her worth here today, getting a lot of kills on her swings and on her serves. See how she goes here. Now system opportunity, and like threading the needle, she gets it between the blocks there. Nice work by Evelyn.
The three woman block as well. Three of them going up, bit aggressive, left a little bit of space in behind it.
Very intimidating as a spiker to come up against a three-man or a three-woman block as well. I get when I've had three-woman block on me, it is very scary.
Tasman just trying to hold on to their lead, up 6-5. Hopefully they can keep it and make this set a bit interesting. And they're playing very well. They're finding the gaps. And like I said earlier, if you limit Canterbury's scrambles, Tasman were looking good. So they've done well so far to just find the gaps and capitalise on some points.
And something noticeably different between this set and the set prior. Tasman look like they're having fun out there. Big smiles on their faces.
Yeah, and a lot of cheering, a lot of camaraderie. But Canterbury they look a little bit complacent, I think it was. Like winning the last set by so much, I think they just need to get their focus back And they can definitely do that. They've got quality players to do so. So we'll see how they go.
And looking for hands. And the first ref there, Mary Kirikiri, just going over the captain because Tasman celebrating the point, pointing to the line judge who had indicated that there was a touch off the block. However, Mary Kirikiri overruling that as she can as the first ref, saying nope, the ball was out. Kim Smith here to serve. Another tough serve.
She has some consistently good serves, and they put a lot of pressure there on Tasman after that serve. Just weren't able to get the set up nicely and weren't able to get the ball over the net. And Canterbury have now taken the lead in this set.
Absolutely,
So
yes.
Tasman need to come back and try get another point here, just to not let themselves fall away a little.
And a yellow card actually given to Tasman. I'm unsure as to what the situation was for that. But that's just a warning. That doesn't mean anything necessarily. But it is the only warning that they get. The next one will be a red card. And when you get a red card in volleyball, you lose a point. And you also, if you are the serving team, you turn over the serve. So Tasman has been warned. I'm not too sure what they've been warned about, though. Perhaps talking too much, which is surely not a crime.
And in a high-stakes sort of game like this, there's always going to be some talking. But if the ref wants to do that, then that's the way you got to play. And you got to know that if the ref's going to do that, then you can't be too talkative or too whatever.
Yeah, Mary wants to shut that down real early, so that's a good reason to bring out a card. All right, we're going 3D, left-handed, Kim Smith, but a pick easy by Tasman. Eloise cuts it back cross court.
That was really nice. Back on the inside and getting across court made it hard for the Canterbury players just to get a good dig off of it.
Yeah, Holly Chandler coming back for the serve. Plays a little bit of beach volleyball, Holly Chandler, so she is known to be a little bit crafty in the backcourt. She gets a lot of digs and stuff like that. Beach volleyball is a little bit different though to indoor. The court is smaller in beach volleyball. You only have an 8 by 8 metre square on each side of the net, whereas here we have a 9 by 9 metre square.
It's very well done by Tasman just to get that ball over the net, but Canterbury capitalised on it and scored the point.
Yeah, what we've seen when Tasman has Lasma at the front court, their setup, Canterbury seems to push the set out to outside so that the smaller of the blockers, which is Lasma the setter, is pinned up against a big hitter. Which is great court and awareness there by Canterbury, and Nikki goes on too. I love it when the setter goes for the swing. Setters out there who are watching at home and stuff like that will know the pain it feels when you give a perfect set and the hitter hits it out.
Yeah.
You go, oh, just put me in, I want to hit the ball. I'm sure
Canterbury are starting to take a little bit of control now, being 11-9 up.
Yeah, and a timeout called there, probably a smart timeout actually by Brendan Crichton. Not a big difference in points, but it's a good time to just take a pause, refresh, get your energy back, and come out pretty firing. You need to be firing for the second half of the second set.
Just trying to control Canterbury and slow them down a little is really what Tasman need to do here. They're playing really well in this set. They're keeping it close. They've done some really good stuff, and they're finding the good positions on the court. They just need to capitalise a bit more on some opportunities.
And volleyball is really interesting. The second set fatigue is a real common thing. You come out firing first set, you give it your all, and you realise, this is actually a game, a best of 5 sets. We could be here for 2.5 hours, and you kind of realise that in the second set, and your body's starting to go, maybe we went a little bit too crazy on that first set. So that timeout was good by Brendan just to refresh the legs. Low set again by Lasma.
Yeah, it was a very low set, and just Courtney wasn't quite able to get her arm around it and hit it down, so it went out in the end. And those sort of mistakes Tasman need to limit against a side like Canterbury.
For sure. Drop short there. Caitlin Langland's in with the pass.
Done well to keep it alive, but it's a free ball, and once again, Petra finds the corner.
So Canterbury coming out of this timeout actually stronger. Not what the Tasman team wants right now. And
a great block.
Yeah, there's a trap set though, unfortunately for Eloise there. Lesma sending the ball just too tight, right into the hands of the blockers on Canterbury side.
And a good serve by Stacey now, putting a lot of pressure on this Tasman team. Out of the gates, off of this timeout, have managed to get about 4 or 5 points straight away, and another timeout has been called.
Yes, Tasman's using their second timeout. You only get 2 timeouts per set, so therefore Tasman again pulling out all bags, all tricks in their bags, and we'll have nothing else left to play with other than substitutions. Obviously, you can still use substitutions to change the game, but no more timeouts to take breathers. It's going to be a long road here now if they're going to pick it up.
It'll be interesting to see how Tasman comes out of this timeout after a little bit of a poor run there. I'm trying to slow Stacey Niall down a little bit.
Scramble play here again by Tasman. They put something in though, so they can still stay alive. Stacey Niall finding the hole. No. Ken Langland's all over it. Ellie Louise going deep line and finds it off the high hands of Nikki Pure. Nice work.
Yeah, they did well there. And they've won that point, which is what they need after that timeout. Just winning 1 point just gets you back on your serve, slows down this Canterbury team, and now they just need to get a few more just to catch back up a little.
Yeah, absolutely. Maeve came a little bit late, and there's that little gap again. Confusion as to who's going to take that ball.
And they just can't quite slow down Petra. She's got a lot of points off of those sets, and hopefully the Tasman team can try to figure out maybe how to slow her down a little bit. She's been very good in this game.
Yeah, another good block there by Petra, reading that the setter had to go over. The set was too tight. The pass was too tight. Canterbury doing real well though, putting a lot of service pressure on, but also finding those holes. Something you find in women's volleyball compared to men's volleyball is that they do like to tip a lot more. In men's volleyball, tipping obviously is not necessarily the strongest thing to do because men can move. Well, men read the ball on a tip a lot easier because the men are generally a lot higher in terms of height. So you get away with a lot more here in women's volleyball. And off the block. Nice use of the tool.
It's well done by Tasman. But it seems like Tasman, at the same sort of point in the game, have slowed down again. They start out firing in these sets, and then they slow down around the 10-point mark. And that's when Canterbury really hits hard, just in this middle of the set. They need to try stop this Canterbury machine from getting too far ahead.
Yeah, so 5-point deficit here for Tasman. They want to side out this ball pretty quick. 6-point deficit. Nikki Peel back to serve on her deep float serve. There it is again, putting pressure on, but the ball's still alive. Great D set there.
Kim Smith just gets it over in the block. Couldn't quite tip it over the net, just falling short.
Yeah, Nikki Peel did real well there. Having to bump set it, you normally think they're going to go straight up and down, but she pushes that one back behind her to what is considered the D set on the other side of the pin.
This is a good opportunity for Tasman to get some points. And it just goes out. And it's again at the start of the set they were finding those gaps and they were making those hits, and they're just going out now.
Yeah. The small little tendencies, you just need to perfect them, especially if you're playing a semi-final. You will be punished for all those little mistakes like that. Another deep float here from Lee Pure.
This will be a
great
free
pass.
ball.
Yes, good dig
though.
Very
good dig. Here we go. This is a good opportunity.
Lasma with a double contact again. What's happening there is that It's just coming out of her hands a little bit uncleanly, and it's getting that rotation on it. Doesn't look like nice volleyball when you have sets like that, but it's okay. Another service ace there by Nikki Pure. And
just a little bit of a mistake by Eloise. Just couldn't quite react to it coming at her in time.
There's not much more that Brendan can do, but he is going to do a substitution here. Obviously no timeouts left. Change something up here. Try to slow down Canterbury's momentum again in the second set. And Holly just indicating that she will be Tasman's captain now that there's no captain on the court.
And it's interesting to see that Tasman have made a couple of substitutions here. They've taken off both Courtney and Eloise, both NVL players. Maybe they're just trying to rest them up for the next set, especially being down by 11. Because the next set's going to be the most important one for Tasman, especially if they lose this one.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Jackson. I think they are just going to conserve some energy here, because if they're going to win any set here, the third one is a good one to go for. Both teams pretty tired, and third one's kind of a sneaky one, because the team that wins the first two sets generally switches off in the third.
Yeah, and we saw that early by Canterbury, switching off a little bit in this set. So if they go into this third set, they really need to make sure that they don't allow Tasman to get an early lead. We have Nicola serving here, who came on for Eloise earlier.
We've got a new setter there on for Canterbury as well, which is good to see.
This rally's starting to form, which is good. Tasman are doing well to keep Canterbury at bay, but it's a good block. And another attempt at it.
It's going on to Holly every time. This rally's still
That
alive,
court is
though.
doing very well at stopping those spikes. This will be a very important rally for Tasman. Just get some morale up if they can win it.
Wow, and it seems to be the same thing of
Caitlin Langland's just stopping and getting those digs really well.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a classic case of fish and chips. You get the dig, you set it out to your outside, which is left side player. Both teams were just doing the same thing. Canterbury were running the pipe numerous times, and Tasman were just running Holly constantly. It'd be pretty tiring. They probably lost their breath there in that rally.
Canterbury have 11 match points. No, not match points, set points. Sorry.
And they throw the first one out the back. Oh, Wives Towers, you throw the first serve back. You'll make many more serves later on. That's why whenever I'm the first server of the game, I like to just whack it out the back. No, I'm kidding. You never do that. And big block there by Courtney. Good read. Shrugged the shoulders, got over the net.
It was very well done.
Courtney Roberts will be playing with some of these Canterbury players in the Southern Pounamu team in the National Volleyball League, due to kick off at the end of this month. It's going to be a bit of a humdinger, but that brings up the end of the second set, 25-15, same set score as the first set of the women's.
Yeah, it was a good set for Canterbury. Tasman started off really well, but they were just unable to capitalise on that early lead.
Yeah, so what we'll do now is we're going to just bring up a few sponsor messages and watch a few highlights, but we will join you again very shortly for the third set here of the women's semi-final down here at the National Provincial Champs in windy Wellington.
Welcome back to the ASB Centre here in Wellington, and we have the third set between Canterbury and Tasman. Canterbury are 2-0 up. We'll see how they go in this next set. Tasman really need to come out firing and win this set to keep themselves alive in the tournament.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of fatigue there from the Tasman team, I believe. They've had a long tournament. A couple of 5-setters on the first day and a couple of big games yesterday as well to make their way through the semi-final. But we can tell with their substitutions, only 3 substitutions out there, there'll be some sore legs on day 3. However, they win the first point, which is a great start for Tasman.
That is a good start for Tasman, and especially after losing both sets by 10 in a 25-15 scoreline. I think Tasman just need to get some points on the board and hope that Canterbury maybe is being a bit complacent and capitalise on that.
Absolutely. It's just a replay there. I think a ball rolled onto the court there. Lasma to serve there, and she gets a service ace. That's nice. She's got a strong float serve, hitting it deep, which is always the most difficult area to defend a float serve. Dropping that last metre of the court makes it real difficult.
Let's see if she can replicate what she did on the last one.
Ooh, no, service error.
Was just trying to dip it up underneath that net. It just didn't quite get over before it dipped, unfortunately. If not, it would have been a very competitive ball, that's for sure.
Yeah, some for you, some for me is what I say about those ones. I get an ace, you get a service error. Fair's fair. So we've got Nikki Pure here with her strong float serve as well.
So probably right back. Yep.
Still alive.
This will be probably a free ball for Canterbury. It is. Canterbury needs to capitalise on this, and they do.
And nice work there by number 44, Carla Butler. She's was not on in the first set, so she is fresh. She's rejuvenated and got a lot of energy that she's going to bring to this set, that's for sure. Good pass there, Louise. Swing to the middle. Nikki Pure takes the first one. Jump set backwards by the libero.
That's a great block by Eloise.
Yeah, Eloise is she's a big girl. She stands at 6 foot as well, so she actually can get her arms pretty high above that net. So if you're going to be hitting against her, you want to go high. But actually, the point's gone to Canterbury, so I assume that's gone out. Still alive off the face of Lasma.
But they weren't able to get the hit over. It's another unforced error by Tasman. We've got a good crowd in attendance today. Good to see people coming out and supporting.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And as the day goes on, the games are going to get better and better. Hopefully more people can start watching.
Yeah. And another big block there by Canterbury. If you are just joining us, you're going, what is this? What is this sport? This is indoor volleyball, and we've been down here at the National Provincial Champs for the last 3 days for what's been a really epic tournament. Multiple tournaments between the age groups of under 17, under 19, under 21, and the Open Division, which we're watching the first women's semi-final here.
That's another good spike by Canterbury, just taking control of the start of this set, which is not what Tasman wanted. And they just look a bit fresher out there, Canterbury do.
They do, and that's the benefit of having those rolling subs, you know. Got a bit of depth. You've got other players out there that haven't necessarily played as much this weekend, but they have strong legs, they've got good shoulders. Whereas Tasman have been fighting it all weekend.
This will be a free ball for Canterbury. Can they capitalise?
Still alive. Standing drive, almost got the kill. And Carla finds the line. Very strong swing there by her.
Just putting it straight past the block. Very well done. There's no stopping that one.
Early timeout called here now by Tasman. They're down by 5 early in this third set. And this is a do or die set for them.
Yeah.
They lost the first 2 sets, both 25-15. So not close by any degree. They'll be wanting to make sure they stay neck and neck here with Canterbury, and what they'll need to do here after this timeout is win points.
And being 5 down is not what you want on that third set either. Being 2-0 down is not a good start for Tasman. They're probably hoping to do a bit better than 25-15, but
Yeah, and it hasn't necessarily been errors. Tasman's doing really well on getting the defensive plays. What it's actually coming down to is execution, and Canterbury's actually executing the ball a lot more than Tasman at the moment.
And that really shows Canterbury's experience and why so many of their players have been selected for the NVL.
So we've got Nikki Peel back to serve again. A marquee player for the... picked in the draft for the Southern Panamu team. The National Volleyball League, and a great use there by Holly Chandler. She'll probably be a good... should be looking to be a good pick for the NVL. Remember, there's 3 more spots available for all 4 teams, and those will be picked on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live draft on Volleyball New Zealand's Facebook page.
And that's the thing, this IPC event is the last chance for a lot of these players to really show themselves. And for those of you that are just joining us who don't know what the NVL is, it's a new National Volleyball League tournament with top 48 male and female athletes representing 4 zones: the Southern, Midlands, the Wellington region, and Auckland.
So a couple of points there by Tasman. So good timeout by them. Good dig there by Lasma, still alive. They're going to have to put a free ball in. Whose is it though?
And there was just a lack of communication on that ball. And those silly mistakes is not what they need in this set.
No, this is really unfortunate for Tasman. They had a good opportunity there to get at least a free ball over, but unfortunately causing an error. Deep float. Caitlin does well.
It's another good block by Canterbury. Francesca just gets it over, and Tasman's just struggling here to win a few points.
Yeah, Harriet's number 4 there on the outside, pass a hitter from Tasman. She's also new on this court. Was not playing the first couple of sets, so she should be a bit fresh, but it's all dependent on...
Oh, that was a very good spike, but well done on the dig.
Louise gets the dig as well. Goes back to Harriet. She goes for the...
This rally's starting to form. Can it keep going?
And a hitting area there by Petra. We haven't seen too many of those this game.
Petra has been very consistent this match, hitting a lot of good balls. Tasman were unable to slow her down in the first 2 sets, so it's good for them to get a mistake out of her.
So we have the middle blocker coming back to serve. Lily's right. See what she has to dish up. Nice float serve.
Yeah, it dropped really nicely there, putting a lot of pressure on the Canterbury team, but their setters and their hitters are just so strong. Even with that really difficult serve, they were able to capitalise and get some points.
The pass there by Louise, and we
nice
got it.
Fast set up. Good cover by the libero. Tipping it over and gets the points. Tasman did well there to keep the head in the game there and just get Courtney. Nice hit.
Yeah, Courtney's obviously a really strong player in the middle, but a little bit of a confusion there. I don't know if she thought that was in or out, but she comes off the back of her hands. Petra trying to avoid that ball. I was just mentioning about Courtney. She's a strong middle player, but to be a strong middle player, you have to have strong passes. You have to have that good, tight pass, because it's very hard to have a connection between a setter and a middle if the set's off the net.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting because Courtney's playing up against a few teammates in the NVL. So that's going to be really interesting to see how they play in that tournament later on in the year.
And a net violation there, a little bit of scrambled ball on the net there, but it doesn't go Tasman's way, which is unfortunate. Canterbury now have a little 3-point lead, still holding it there, 11-8.
Although Tasman have done well to just bring back a few points a little bit at a time. If they can keep doing that during the set, they'll be right there drawing the end. It's going to be a free ball for Canterbury. Can they capitalise on it? It's gone out. Yes, they can.
Good try there by Holly Chandler, defending that ball outside the sideline. Trying to keep it alive as it comes off the blocks. So that gap now just widening to a 4-point lead for Canterbury.
We've got Carla serving here.
Strong flow serve. Harriet digs it though. Eloise.
And that is really well done by Petra just to keep that ball alive. But Tasman is still able to convert on the free ball with Courtney.
And you see when Tasman puts a good pass on here, Caitlin puts a nice pass straight onto 2.5 on the setter's head. They can set Courtney, the captain, who hasn't been getting used as much, mainly because the passes have not been 100%. So just cleaning up the floor there a little bit. That court being a little bit slippery out there. Flexi court sponsored by Future Wood. And that serve just going too long.
Yep, just trying to get a bit too much power on it and just hang it out. Unforced error isn't what they need right now though. And it puts Stacey now on the serve, so this will be an important point for Tasman to try win to get her off of it.
Tight set again.
And it's gone out.
Yeah, they're pretty excited about that one, which is good to see from Tasman. We want to see smiles, we want to see the good positive energy, because as a team sport, you can't just be one player trying to play against six. You've got to be 6 versus 6 in this situation. So,
and they need this energy to try keep themselves in this game.
Good swing there. Courtney unable to get the dig there.
Once again, Pitch just puts it in a tough place for the Tasman team to stop her.
Good pass there by Harriet. Oh, Chandler coming through on the 3D, and they're pretty happy about that one.
Really nice hit there by Tasman, just to get it on the top of the fingers of the Canterbury blockers. And just puts it out.
Still alive.
Well done to keep that alive, but can they get it in play? No, they can't. It's a bit unlucky there. They did well to keep that spike alive, but they just weren't quite able to get it back over the net.
Yeah, libero Caitlin Langland's trying to get that one up. But Caitlin Langland's not actually originally from the Tasman region, but playing from North Harbour. North Harbour had 4 liberos, so they decided to feed them around and they gave one to Tasman. How kind of them.
That's another point for Tasman. So they let themselves slip a little and let Canterbury get back up a bigger lead, but it's 15-12 now, so it'll be interesting to see how they do here now.
A little bit of confusion there between the sisters there, Francesca and Gabriella. I'm sure they've had a few arguments in their time, and there's not one you want, just arguing about whose ball it is.
It was a good serve by Eloise, just placed it in between the middle of them to get the ace. 15-13. And again, the pitch just hits it really nicely, really powerful. They weren't able to get to control the pressure on the dig and to get it up in the air so that the setters can make a nice set. This will probably be a free ball for Canterbury.
Yep, and a good pass there too.
But a good block, and will it stay
still alive? Yep.
Get the scramble.
Tasman's just cheering a little bit too early on that one. I think they're pretty happy because the young Harriet there got the block, and I think she's actually one of the younger players in the Tasman team, so too right to cheer early for that one.
Stacey Niall there again, just gets the tips of the fingers on that spike. This is a good opportunity here, nicely controlled.
Inside set, so Stacey trying to find some hands but unable to do so. Hitting that ball out.
Flies straight out the back. And this game's getting a little bit closer, 17-14. Starting to get down to the business end of it now. Canterbury just need to hold on and finish out this set strong. And having mistakes like an unforced error on the serve is not what Tasman need right now.
No. So we have Francesca here to serve. Pass Eloise. Good swing by Courtney, and that's what we wanted to see. Use the hot hands. Courtney Roberts, one of the top middles here in the country at the moment. Not originally from New Zealand, she's from Canada. And was one of the top picks actually in the draft in the MVL for Southern Panamu.
We're just unable to quite get that block, and on the dig, we weren't able to control it. It was too powerful.
Yeah, I think Harriet actually stepped in a little bit there on the pass to hitter. She stepped in a little bit too much and covered the line of the libero, Caitlin Langland, so almost stole that ball. Carla the serve again, float serve, it's been strong. That one goes too long. Yeah,
just didn't quite dip enough in time. And it gives Tasman a free point. This is where Tasman really need to get some good serves in and earn these points, because they're only 3 down. It's not the worst it's being down by this much, and this is the best set they've played so far. They got another point.
Yeah, net violation there. Just a simple error there, actually by the new comer on the Canterbury team, number 43.
We're sitting at 19-17.
Shanae with the C slide.
Dug
by Holly Chandler.
Can Eloise secure the point? Not quite, just goes out. Canterbury, and that puts Canterbury up to the 20s now, and they're only 5 points away from winning this match.
Yeah, Tasman's doing better than they have in the last 2 sets, but they're going to need to do a bit better if they're going to clutch this 3rd set. Good dig.
Canterbury have done well there, but it's going to be a free ball for Tasman. Can Eloise control, but a great block.
So, yeah.
Very well not to touch the net, Canterbury, and that's just Canterbury really covering that and reading that play really well.
One of the disadvantages about having your setter at the front court, if the ball comes off, then the other team can rule out that the middle's not hitting it. So that was an easy block for Canterbury. Get that one. Ooh, big confusion, no block. Dribbles over the top of the tape.
That's going to put Canterbury up 22-17. I think it might be a little bit too far out for Tasman now. They need to play really well here to secure some points and win this set.
Yeah, the inside out at this point, I smell a timeout might be coming on. But they get the points, so no timeout.
That was very good by Courtney, just to really kill off that play.
Yeah, she really did turn that down to position 1, which is the right-hand side in the backcourt. It's where the setter normally stands, so good vision to find that gap. And then she serves it out, not what you want.
Just an unforced error again by Tasman. Courtney's going to go off for the libero coming in now.
Shanae gets her first serve. Shanae Stark here, number 43, Canterbury. Another nice deep float. Harriet goes with the one, goes off the hands.
Done well.
Garley though for the roll. Now opportunity, going to sit in the middle.
Good opportunity here for Eloise. Stacey now has done really well to keep that under control.
Still alive though.
You just need to get it over. Don't go out or. This is a good set.
Well, that was
the set was a bit low there.
Good dig by Caitlin.
This is becoming a very competitive rally. Who's going to come out on top? There's going to be a free ball for Canterbury. This is a good opportunity.
And it's finished with a replay. Don't you love that? You run all that distance, you chase all those balls, you dive all those balls, you swing on all those things, and then a ball rolls on the court.
A bit unfortunate, really. Didn't get a conclusion to that rally. It's one of the longest rallies of the game as well.
Talk about letdowns. A great one, and yeah.
And Tasman have come out and capitalised on it.
Yeah. Should be an easy reader for Canterbury. It's actually been pretty funny. Every ball that's been perfect by Tasman, it's actually gone to the middle hitter. So a little bit more aware of that by Canterbury. They might be able to get a few more blocks on that middle. Good read. It's a scrambled ball. Who's going to take it?
It just goes in.
Yeah.
That's a very good spike there by Tasman, just to put it in play. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, deep corner. Nice work.
It's 2023. Tasman are starting to come back here. This is what we like to see. We like to see competitive volleyball. Good first serve. Put some pressure on.
Feeds it through.
Keep it
Caitlin
up.
touches.
Oh, it's going to go out. And that means Canterbury are going to have 5 match points.
4 match points.
Sorry, 4 match points.
Yeah. And we've got the strong server, Nikki Pure, to come in with a deep float. So let's see if they can defend against this.
Tries chucking it short.
Oh,
and unfortunately it hits the top of the net. And that's the way Tasman goes out.
Yeah, that's a sad way to finish it, to be honest, because you don't intentionally mean to hit it on top of the net and make it roll over. But give kudos to Tasman. They did pick it up in the third set, come out 25 to lose just by 5-point deficit compared to the 10-point deficit in the first 2 sets.
Thank you for watching, everyone here at Wellington, and we'll see you guys later for hopefully the final. It's going to be a good final.
Yeah, stay tuned. At 2 o'clock is when the men's final will kick off, and it's going to be a big humdinger between Canterbury and Bay of Plenty. So it's going to be a good one. So stay tuned, but we're your hosts, Trent Webby.
And I'm Jackson Burgess.
See you shortly.